Is Iran parading its claimed spoils of war after downing American and Israeli aircraft? Or is Tehran staging a message of deterrence? On the 14th of August, Tehran opened a secret war trophy room, with mangled American drone wreckage laid out deep inside an underground bunker. Did the IRGC's homegrown air defenses really hunt down America's MQ-9 Reapers, as Tehran now claims through this display? Has Israel's eye in the sky been destroyed, as Iran displays what it identifies as wreckage from a Hermes 900 drone? Did Tehran really shoot down MQ-9 Reapers and Hermes drones? Or do the images leave too many questions unanswered? But the biggest shock in the exhibition appeared to be parts of a US F-15E Strike Eagle, including what looked like an ejection seat, canopy sections, and tail components. The F-15 debris appears linked to a known April loss over Iran, when an American Strike Eagle was hit and its 2 crew members ejected before being recovered by US forces. Has Iran revealed a secret new air defense weapon behind these claimed kills, or are the details still being kept hidden? In a chilling display of modern asymmetric warfare, Iranian forces deployed a network of multiple unmanned aerial systems to track, shadow, and ultimately help target the U.S. Air Force F-15E Strike Eagle as it flew deep inside hostile Iranian airspace during the 2026 conflict. According to post-strike intelligence assessments, these Iranian drones acted as airborne spotters, continuously relaying the F-15E's precise GPS coordinates, real-time airspeed, and heading data directly to Iranian air defense commanders waiting on the ground. A senior U.S. military official, speaking on condition of anonymity, confirmed that the drone network provided critical, real-time targeting information that enabled Iranian forces to vector weapons onto the F-15E with a level of precision rarely seen in previous confrontations. Defense analysts say Iran appears to have adapted tactics inspired by Ukraine's innovative drone warfare against Russia, using cheap, expendable UAVs to perform reconnaissance and laser designation roles traditionally reserved for far more expensive and sophisticated platforms. The fatal blow came from a shoulder-launched, infrared-guided missile believed by U.S. intelligence to be of Chinese origin that struck the F-15E at low altitude, exploiting gaps in the jet's defensive suite and leaving the crew with almost no time to react. Telemetry and post-mission data suggest the F-15E's onboard defensive systems provided barely half a second of warning before impact, far too little time for the crew to deploy countermeasures or execute evasive maneuvers to avoid the incoming missile. Compounding the danger, the particular F-15E variant involved reportedly lacked a Missile Approach Warning System, MAWS, capable of detecting and alerting crews to incoming infrared-guided threats, leaving it dangerously exposed to this class of attack. In the chaotic moments after the strike, the pilot managed to eject from the stricken aircraft and was recovered by U.S. Special Operations Forces in a high-risk rescue mission conducted shortly after the jet went down inside Iranian territory. The weapons systems officer, however, did not eject in time and remained missing after the crash, triggering a massive multi-day U.S. search and recovery operation that stretched across hostile Iranian terrain and became one of the most daring rescue efforts of the entire conflict. In one of the largest and most complex special operations missions of the 2026 Iran conflict, hundreds of U.S. troops and scores of aircraft, including fighters, transports, and special operations helicopters, were thrown into a high-stakes rescue effort to recover the downed F-15E crew deep inside hostile Iranian territory. To confuse and overwhelm Iranian defenses, the rescue plan reportedly included coordinated diversionary strikes and feints across more than 6 separate regions of Iran, stretching enemy air defenses thin and creating narrow windows for the recovery teams to penetrate and extract their comrades. Amid the chaos of the rescue, an A-10 Thunderbolt II attack jet called in to provide close air support for the ground teams was reportedly lost to Iranian air defenses, adding another tragic chapter to an already costly and brutal night of combat over Iran. The toll on U.S. Special Operations aviation grew even heavier when 2 MC-130J Commando II aircraft, critical to inserting and extracting rescue forces, were reportedly destroyed on the ground during Iranian counterattacks on the makeshift forward operating sites used during the mission. Compounding the losses, several AH-MH-6 Little Bird Special Operations Helicopters Elite, Agile platforms used for night raids and personnel recovery were also reportedly destroyed in the fierce fighting that erupted as U.S. teams battled to reach and secure the crash site. In his post-ejection debrief, the F-15E pilot described seeing a bizarre, jellyfish-like swarm of drones hovering and maneuvering overhead in the moments before his aircraft was hit, a formation so unusual that it immediately stood out even amid the chaos of a high-intensity air battle. According to the pilot's account, the drones appeared to be interconnected, moving in unison as a single, coordinated formation rather than as individual, independent aircraft, suggesting a level of networked control and swarm behavior rarely documented in real-world combat. The pilot further described smaller drones dangling beneath larger mothership UAVs, resembling the trailing legs of a jellyfish, with the entire structure drifting and adjusting as one cohesive unit in the night sky above the stricken F-15E. Struggling to convey the threat, the pilot reportedly likened the drone formation to a minefield in the sky, a dense, moving web of unmanned systems that seem to fill the airspace and leave little room for error or escape once detected. Taken together, multiple intelligence reports suggest Iran may have equipped these airborne drones with advanced sensors to continuously track the F-15E's position, speed, and heading, effectively turning the sky itself into a persistent surveillance and targeting network. By relaying data in real time, these drones may have allowed Iranian commanders to identify the F-15E's exact position and predict its flight path with unprecedented accuracy, enabling ground-based missile teams to time their shots with deadly precision. The cumulative weight of pilot testimony, telemetry data, and post-strike analysis suggests that drone-based sensing and targeting support may have played a decisive, even key, role in the shootdown of the F-15E over southern Iran. The incident is reported to have occurred over southern Iran on April 3, 2026, during the broader U.S.-Israeli military campaign against Iranian targets, a conflict that rapidly escalated into one of the most intense aerial confrontations in the region's modern history. Altogether, these accounts point to a possible new doctrinal use of drones by Iran, not just as loitering munitions or decoys, but as integrated, airborne targeting nodes capable of guiding precision strikes against high-value, fast-moving aircraft like the F-15E Strike Eagle.
Upgrade your news experience with the all-new HT app. Download now.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Have you ever wondered what happens when a banking dynasty meets tides of world history, intrigue, and a dash of myth?
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.